Stop talking about how this world is way too chaotic, or this world is chaotic enough as it is, or there's way too much chaos here. This so-called life is so chaotic. Living in a chaotic world, in a planet of chaos, in a world that has so much chaos, and more. Like we be doing that shit way too much. Stop that right now. And we be doing so in the wrong ways all over and over again. Like listen, no, this existence does not be chaotic. Well, not anymore, not as much as it used to be. And even if it was, well, it has way too little chaos here. Now, if you really be understanding what chaos is being and what order is fighting against that, then you shall see how actually everything in this world or realm or planet or existence or whatever we call it is being orderly here. It was not before, but now it is. Way too orderly here. You fools, a system that constantly encourages greed and corruption and nuclear wars, that is being ordered out of chaos. The shit that the pedophile elites be doing a lot, especially in that recent Epstein Island stuff, and then having that shit be a trending meme instead of something to be taken extremely serious and even ended, more order up chaos. But if we went out of our way to erase, kill these beings aggressively, chaos. And what else? What if we was living in, existing, not living, existing in a state of nature instead? And even though nature is being extremely brutal as shit and horrible as hells in different ways compared to this trash ass luxurious concrete jungle world, which is still being brutal as shit, but in dumb ass pathetic ways, we at least get to do our own shit in deserts, in forests, and mountains, and caves, and all of that other stuff in ancient primitive times without bullshit legal government interventions, bullshit legal systems, bullshit judges in courts, bullshit laws and loopholes being bypassed, and more. And see the fight that, okay, without all of that shit, if that is being chaos out of order, chaos out of order. However, we do not have that enough. We used to, but now we do so no longer. Instead, it is now all being specific make-believe bullshit laws and police force bullshit and orderly terrorism against you each time. So if anything, we need more chaos here, bitch. And let us not even try to speak about how, but if we do not have anyone to rule us, then we will be even more barbarous. Because bitch, that is still going to happen regardless. And in fact, we'll be even more barbarous when ruled. And will be extreme corruption themselves. Like really? Why do we keep doing that as well? Stop talking about how, if there is no one to rule us, no one to govern us, no one to be authoritarianistic over us, if that is even a real word, and more, then we are just going to be even more chaotic than ever, and more brutal than ever, and more greedy and corrupted. Okay? And? Because guess what? That is still going to happen regardless. Whether you are being ruled or not, or being governmentless. That is going to happen regardless. You know why? Because we be monkeys. And humans, we do this shit. So, whatever. And as a matter of fact, guess what? You be even more greedy and corrupted and barbarous and stupid and foolish and arrogant and more than ever when ruled, when governed, when having bullshit as authority tyrannizing you, right? As the governments themselves, they be corruption itself. They be greed itself. They be more bullshit stupidity itself. And more, right? Causing more greed and terror and more corruption, more backstabbing, more deception, right? More exploitation, more slavery, more bullshit fights, more wars, and more. Yeah, and yet that is all happening with order, not chaos, order. Yet and in the most disgraceful as ways possible. You see, look at how everything that happens here in this world is being ordered. Yet it was not like that before. See, back then, we was being in chaos. What? Before then, we did not exist. For now, and so we was being in a void of chaos. Right? And then we eventually started to exist, and yet randomly. And then we just existed in random places, right? And then we be here in Earth, right? Just doing random shit in primitive nature times. And since it was so new and random, just random shit was just happening. Just learning how to roam around nature, learn how to survive, learning how to not die to diseases too much, just being governless, just doing whatever random shit we did. Hunting and gathering and killing and just dying randomly. All of that shit just happened randomly in nature. Because it was nature back then. It was all primitive. There was no governments, no goddamn structures, no industrial things, no technology, no school systems, no educations. None of that stuff. No slavery systems, no factory farms, no labor camps. We didn't, and more, no AI data centers, and more. We did not have none of that shit back then in nature in primitive. Instead, no, it was all being random shit, just basic shit, just chaos and randomness and disorder. But then guess what? Over time, it just got more orderly, and yet we just went in the wrong direction, building all these bitch-ass systems in the next few thousands of years. See, we are not going to even go into full detail here, right? You already know what we be speaking about. And now here we are. We got everything here in this bullshit. Legal systems of control, police systems, the courts, crimes happening, criminal systems, banks being robbed, wars being fought for stupid ass bullshit reasons, the military being constantly fed and funded to then fight more bullshit ass wars, soldiers being indoctrinated to die and fight for each other, and okay, well, for the dumb ass countries that do not give a fuck about them, and more. Is it not? The education system indoctrinating you. The media, well, doing the same shit. Brainwashing you. You know, the Black Portal shit? A bunch of misinformation happening. A bunch of misguidedness. Right? Gender wars. People fighting each other. Left versus blue. This versus that. White versus left. And why is all of that shit happening? Order, because order, that is what is making all this shit happening in the most disgraceful, deceptive, conniving, manipulative, fancy ways possible. And yet it is such an excellent job. All of this order, all happening from elites. You know, the very beings that rule this trash as world. And yet we continue to speak about how that is all chaotic. Bitch, this is not random. This is not a coincidence. This is intentional. Maybe some little bit of chaos is still happening here and there. But ultimately, most of this shit, this was all being intentional. All set up. All done correctly. Just happening in the right directions. Just being steered toward to make all of this specific shit happen now and now. So no, bitch, it is not being chaotic. It is not being too disorderly and random here. No, this shit is all set up, all happening intentionally. Everything here being rigged here. The bank accounts, those shit valuing how valuable you are as a person based on your stupid digital numbers. Shit getting hacked, digital IDs, AI data centers being built, and AI being planned to plug you for the internal matrix. That is not chaos. This is more order happening and more ever. Unless you stop that shit. So until then, stop that. This is an orderly realm. until you make it go all the way back into chaos mode entirely, let alone back into the void of chaos, if we shall even head there sooner or later. Is it not? So let us not. Let us not. Actually, hold on, bitch. We got more. Food. We got, again, elections, wet pills, alpha male podcast. What the fuck those be? What the hell? Again, dating apps being paywalled, everything being paywalled now, everything being a subscription. AI chatbots costing money. The video game industry getting more greedy with this microtransactions bullshit. And again, the console wars, exclusivity wars. Oh, this thing is woke for not catering to me. Again, more orderly bullshit right there. You see, this is what we are speaking about. As a matter of fact, look, as we are recording this video right now, we are recording it on a phone that was built by enslaved children, millions of them dying and working in dying, deep, dangerous caves that be crushing them, right? Mining all that cobalt and diamonds and more, and what other shit, just to build this phone over here, this device that we are using here right now, to then record this video, saying all of this shit. That is Odo also. This phone is built by Odo. You fool. And you know what? How it should not even exist because of that. See, all this shit that was built by Odo, this all just be way more ways to just, in the end, enslave you more. Plug you further into this material trap. Plug you further into this matrix. Into all of this shit. What? And if you want all of that to not go further and further and further and further, if that must end, which now preferably, you dismantle all that shit right now. You go fight giant cataclysmic global wars all over that shit right now. Okay, make it be a whole nuclear apocalypse to erase all of this shit if we must get there. And have it all be nothing again. Have it be all in ruins. Right? And that is how it shall be chaos once again. All of this shit to ruin, to be totally once again. And then right now you are slowly heading right back more into chaos and chaos. Okay, the more that you do that, the less of that orderly shit. So, let us get onto it then, shall we? So until then, this is all an orderly realm, an orderly matrix, an orderly universe, an orderly cosmos, until we do what we must do to finish our missions, right? To head this back into some void of chaos, into some chaos abyss, chaos darkness, and more.